All right, and let's go and get started. Howdy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear, and welcome to the channel where today we're going to be checking out some more Soulstone survivors, and more importantly, another build guide. Now, this one is long past due because this was actually one of the characters that got introduced with a new artifact power in the most recent update that introduced us with the Demon Hunter. And of course, is the Spellblade that we're looking at right now on screen. And I'm going to be honest, the reason why I've struggled to put this one out is mostly because I find that Spellblade, for me at least, has been a very hard character to enjoy for the most part, because I don't really find that many builds around the Spellblade are particularly fun and or strong and do what I would like them to do. That being said, I finally kind of knuckled down, and I was looking at the abilities, reading the abilities, trying to see the different synergies, something that would feel like more in line with something what I want to do, and I have finally come across a build that I find to be number one, very strong, and number two, very fun. Now, it does kind of have a problem where the screen is kind of like filled up with effects, so we are probably going to tune down the transparency that we can see of skills on the screen, so that is one bad thing about this build. That being said, there are not many negatives about this build. It's actually fairly strong, so I'm going to showcase that is right now. We are going to be using the Silver Spellblade, of which I have at +9, which means it's a beefy weapon on its own. The current stats that I have on my +9 are +36 additional experience points, +22% area modifier, and we do have a 32% increased multicast chance. By default, it comes with Arcane Slash, slashes in the target direction with arcane energy, causing damage, gains finesse and radiance. Launches multiple, arcane loads are a secondary skill, launches multiple arcane missiles at a random position around you, causing damage. Damage is multiplied based on the multicast chance, and you gain radiance. And then our artifact power over here creates an ethereal clone for a few seconds to cast both of your weapon skills at nearby enemies, and they have cunning. Now, from my understanding, this ability doesn't really change. It's one of the few abilities that doesn't change on the artifact power. It basically reads the same for each one, as far as I can tell, so really no difference there, because it's all about just creating clones. So we are using, of course, the, what's this called? The Silver Spellblade, again, like I said, so we're going to have the Arcane Slash and the Arcane Overlord, Overload, sorry about that. Finesse, of course, giving us increased multicast chance by 2% for 6 seconds, so we're going to have a lot of multicast with this build, and Radiance, of course, says that whenever we consume a skill, or whenever we use a skill with Radiance, it's going to build a stack, and at 20 stacks, it's going to release a powerful beam of energy in the direction you are aiming, dealing heavy damage and applying fragility. So this build is going to be based around building a lot of stacks of Radiance, giving us a lot of fragility, and anything that will help us destroy our enemies. I'm a big fan of Arcane Blade as well as Arcane Assault. I'm also probably going to end up picking up Arcane Beam, and then also going to top it off with Arcane Missiles. I thought maybe Arcane Power would be pretty good with this build, but if I'm going to be completely honest, I don't think it's entirely necessary, because we're going to be building up so much stacks of multi-hit chance or multi-cast chance that it's really not going to be that relevant in my eyes. If you feel different, let me know down in the comments. As far as my skill tree goes, if I show you my skill tree over here, I am about 19 points shy of filling it out. But again, the most important thing is getting your trait up, which is Riftwalker for the Spellblade. Essentially, you're going to have a bar that's split into 4 sections, and periodically throughout the fight, we're going to find purple void zones littered all over the ground. As the longer we stand in them, the more rift energy we're going to acquire, and once we've acquired enough energy, we'll see that after about 1 bar of fill, there'll be like a tear in the game. You'll see a little tear symbol, and when you stand in it, it'll empower you for however many bars you have, and you'll do increased damage. You'll have an area of effect sort of deal around you. It does a buttload of damage, it really does. I just don't feel like it's very easy to maintain that or build up, just because of the fact of how long you have to stand inside of those circles, and they're not very big circles, they're very small, so if there are other AoE effects on top of it, it does kind of suck sometimes, and you might end up taking more damage. So maybe getting some survivability in there might be fairly handy to do throughout. We'll have to see how it plays out. As far as runes go, I am using the versatility runes we generally use, which is Material Harvest, Weapon Expert, and Reroll Mastery. As far as our Tenacity runes, I'm going with, of course, our most beloved Dash Mastery for that increased dash distance. I'm using Multicast Chance Mastery, or Multicast Mastery, because, of course, we're going to be focusing a lot on multicast, so any points in there. It's going to be really good. Then we're going to be doing something new here. I'm not really seeing a lot of runes that really benefits this build outright. There might be some runes you might be tempted to take, but I feel like Divine Legacy is probably going to be the strongest one you're going to do. Because if you're using your lock ability, you're pretty much guaranteed to get 3 legendary power-ups in a row. And that's going to be pretty awesome. And then, of course, we have the extended reach, so that we have the extended reach on all of our abilities is going to really help us clearing the screen from a distance, since a lot of this is like swing and thrusting type of abilities, as well as our like projectile abilities are going to be able to go further. So we're going to be a little bit safer from a distance. So we're going to check it out. Again, if you like this sort of guide, you want to see more builds like this here on the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. And if you have a build that you want to see, or you know, one that works for you, let me know it in the comments, and I want to try it out for myself as well. As always, we're going to the Scorching Valley because, of course, our danger level is 1. There's no modifiers on enemies or anything like that, and we are playing at full curse intensity, so that way even players at the start who don't want to tackle these difficulty modes see how much ease there is to play this even at the highest map difficulty. So let's jump on in. So right off the bat, one of the things I'm going to go ahead and let you know is that it doesn't have a lot of clear potential right out, but as we start to build up our arcane charges and our radiance and stuff like that, we will see the screen basically clear on its own, like just by being nearby. And originally I didn't like this arcane overload, and here we see one of our trait circles, by the way. If we stand at that, we're gonna get a little bit of energy. Our little bar down there got just like a tickle of energy in front of it. I don't know why that circle went away so fast. But our arcane overload, at first I wasn't a particular fan of it, if only because of the fact that it just kind of sprinkles wherever it wants. It is strong. I'm just not super onto it. But as long as we stay in the circle right here and it doesn't go away, we will find that we build up quite a bit of energy. We already have ourselves 1 full bar, and we do see the rift over there to the right. It will stay there until we decide to take it. Now we do have ourselves our first shield tower, as well as our first set of elites. So I'm going to go ahead and start selecting abilities. We're going to take the armor, because I did say that we are in fact going to be needing to be a little bit tankier in case we want to stay inside those void circles a little bit longer. I'm going to start banishing skills that we're not going to take. I'm just going to work my way down all of this. As we know, like I said before, we are trying to focus on using arcane abilities, also abilities that are going to give us radiance. There is one right there. That's going to be Arcane Blade. We'll go ahead and snap that up. We're also going to take our multicast on that one. Anytime we see multicast, also going to be pretty strong to take. Resilient Magic Missiles is also going to be good. Multicast. And I think we will take the extra health. And I'm going to stand right here. I should be able to take out most of these guys right here while mostly maintaining myself inside of that arcane circle. Alright. And the cool thing is sometimes you can get lucky enough for some of these circles to overlap like they are right here, so you're basically going to be absorbing multiple points right there. We have a full set of bars right there for our first level up. Hopefully that'll allow us to take care of these Void Lords popping up. We do have 8 skill points to use. We're going to go ahead and take Arcane Assault. Oh, I really like all of these. Believe it or not, taking damage increases on these is not a bad idea. So I'm going to go ahead and take the damage increase on Arcane Slash. And we're going to re-roll until we get our last one, which is going to be Arcane Beam. So we're good. I am going to go ahead and start working on, you know, we'll get some more health there. We'll take some Agile. Ooh. I'm going to go ahead and take the damage increase on Magic Missile as a lock. Actually, these are both good. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save. I'm going to save these. Can I unlock this? I don't know why it's not letting me. I'm going to take that anyways. I don't think it took it. Hopefully not. We're going to go ahead and pick this one up, and we're going to work our way down here. I'm pretty confident I'm about to just wipe the floor with these lords. As you can see, they are dying relatively fast. And this is mostly because of the work from our Ancient Rift Power. So they are dead zones. Now we can maintain this if we manage to find another little rift circle on the ground But as you can see, we're already uncovering the first major problem with this build, which is, well, the biggest problem with this build is visibility. It is so hard to see what is going on the ground, and it's very hard to see where there are other circles to stand in. So what I'm probably going to end up doing right here, just because I've already spoken about it, is I'm going to turn down maybe 50%, maybe, or that's more like 60 or 55. Let's say right there. Let's see how this looks. So it's it's super flashy, and it's hard to keep up with what's going on in general, but maybe if I turn down some of the visibility, we're still going to be able to see our little power-up circles that we can stand in. I don't see any right now, but we do need to be working on building them up. I'm going to go ahead and get the Rift Walker. That does increase the amount of astral power we get from being in those zones. Let's see, increase crit chance, or we're going to increase assault. We'll do Arcane Blade, although Rift Walker would be pretty good. Here's our first area of effect. Legendary. I think it's supposed to, I don't think we've leveled up 25. Oh, we have leveled up 25 times. I feel like we should have had 3 legendary level ups at one time. Either that or I got really lucky on the last one. We're going to go ahead and take multicast. Chance on swing. We could do, ooh, I really like both of those. I'm actually going to lock this, believe it or not. I don't know why it's locking all 3 of them, right? Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, there we are. This is what I meant. Okay. Take this. There we go. And we're getting a lot of our multicast going. We'll take some more damage modifier. We can go and get relentless as well. A little bit of that. It's not bad. We'll go ahead and increase the damage of our arcane abilities. And that was a lot of level ups right there. Honestly, I should have probably been saving a lot of my arcane or my locks for the legendaries abilities specifically. And so if you're learning anything from this guide, you should do that very same thing, is save those specifically for your legendary pickups. And we are at full bars again on our astral power. And I think because of how tanky we were there, I was able to take more hits than I probably should have, and still, recovered all of that lost health. We already get 12 points here, so we're going to go ahead and cast, or use some more of our skill points. I'm going to do multicast. We'll take some health. Skill chain, because it's a purple one, obviously. Honestly, powerful strikes wouldn't be too bad. Damage increase on Arcane Blade. Relentless is good. Damage increase. I'm not really worried too much about the cast speed or the attack speed, because we're going to be getting plenty of attack speed just for how often we're going to be casting stuff. We'll do, let's get a little bit of block. Let's get some of that. It is a blue one. And I'll go ahead and I'll take a merciless. I'm sure we'll get some lethality somewhere along the line. I mean, this is a low level of lethality, but it is what it is. Go ahead and take up our astral power buff and just wreak havoc on all of these lords, all of which you are about to go down immediately. And that was fast, right? And if I want to, I could sit inside of those astral poles right there and make my astral power last longer. I'm actually kind of curious to see how long we can get this to last. It looks like we have plenty of little circles down here, and I'm actually able to maintain the bars. As a matter of fact, I'm getting them to last so long they're not going away. It looks like we're losing power now, so we're going to move to another circle. Oh no, it looks like we're going to lose power as they're coming up. That's okay. We should still have the power to destroy these guys fairly quickly. But obviously, you can see what happens when we don't have the power ready to go. The time to kill goes down big time. So what I want to try to do, if I can, is recover some of our health, as well as maybe get some of those perks that increase the amount of astral power we gain from standing inside of these. That'd probably be our best bet. I'm going to go ahead and go up there for that tower. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and stay down here by our rift. So as soon as the lords do come up, we will be ready for them. Alright. We're still doing good. We're in a pretty good place, all things considered. I'm not going to use these abilities. I have way too many of them. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Make sure to lock them each time so that way we don't lose them. We'll use Powerful Strikes. We'll do Multicast, Health Increase, Riftwalker. We need to be looking for a possibility of getting some increased astral power. There's a little bit of health over there. Lord's getting ready to come up in 5 kills. There we go. Go ahead and snatch this up if we can. And there they are. I'm going to head over here and take out these towers. And we can stand in this astral power. We need to go ahead and start building it again. So I'm going to let it fall off here. Alright, so we got a first full bar. Oh, we got 2 bars, or 2 circles stacked right here. I'm not worried about that shield tower just yet. We are almost at 4 full bars again. Okay. Go ahead and take on that shield tower. And we're about 150 kills short before our next set of lords show up. But you see really the power of this build. Again, the biggest caveat to this build being that you need to be tanky enough to be able to survive standing within those astral circles to generate the astral power, or being able to maintain the astral form by finding other circles to stand in and hoping to God you don't get, aimed at by some huge ass AoEs. I'm gonna go ahead and take some agile damage modifier. We still haven't seen any for increased what should we call it, astral power, which would be really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. And there we go. You saw how fast those guys melted. At 8 minutes 8 seconds, we did pretty good there. I'm gonna go ahead and we got so many rerolls. That's actually a lot of armor though, so we're gonna grab that. We'll head into Overlord 1. Alright, let's go and start this out. And of course our biggest problem going to be here is we're not going to be seeing a lot of potential to stand inside those circles, so we're going to have to pick and choose when we can stand inside the astral circles. There's one right there. And sometimes, like I said, it is really kind of hard to see where these circles are. I'm hoping we can at least get like one orb of it, or one bar of energy. It looks like we're gonna be able to get 2. So that's good. Where is our rift, by the way? There should be a rift. So, oh, there it is. Hopefully that'll be enough to help us take them down, or at least do a substantial bit of damage to them. Alright, there they go. And I didn't even notice the shield tower is up. That might have something to do with the reason why they survived for so long. We'll go ahead and use our level ups here. Astral power, there we go. Amount of astral power, there we go. And I only have 1 lock skill. Ooh. We're gonna go ahead and go with locking this one. Take that one, take that one. Damage increase. Magnetic. So again, we have that 170 stacks going on is showing for the astral power, or not radiance. What's it called? Finesse. And that's giving us that increased cast chance, by the way, so that's going to be really good for us. And it does look like we're going to be able to get at least 2 bars for this. These guys should drop a lot faster now that we've spent a couple of points here. There we go. Much faster. Damage. See, amount of astral power. Sure. I'm going to go for that one every time we see it now, just because I want to make sure that we get as much astral power as we can, since our arena has essentially gotten much, much smaller. We'll also go with the Rift Walker for increased damage. Magnetic. I think we're getting fast enough that I don't really concern myself with speed anymore. And we're going to go ahead and cap out on that multicast there. It isn't really a cap. It's just like a break point, more or less. There really is... These circles could be a lot bigger, honestly. But I can see that we are definitely building up a bunch more astral power than we were previously. Matter of fact, we were able to build up a full 4 bars in that instance. So that was good to know. Go ahead and take this guy out. See if we can stand in this for a little bit. Keep our power generated. Oh, we actually killed out the lords. I didn't even notice. We are taking a lot more damage, though. Mostly because it's harder, even with the 50% transparency on abilities, it's still kind of hard to see where all the attack is coming from. And unfortunately for us, we don't have the astral power, but even then, doesn't seem like we need it anymore. Look how fast they're dropping. Unfortunately for us, we still got to play safe though, because we are taking a buttload of damage. If we can make it to Overlord 2, or well, we can make it to the end of this, we know that we're still safe, because for the most part, if we make it to the next round, we come back with a full health bar. We'll go ahead and take the damage increase on magic missiles. Lethality is good. We'll do skill chain. We'll do reroll. I'm kind of enjoying all these behemoth buffs. We definitely need it. It's going to give us a little boost. Multicast. Damage increased to 210%. That's pretty awesome. I think, honestly, Arcane Blade probably is going to be a really good one. To 108%. That's insane. Magic Missiles multicast. Awesome. Ooh, we got 3 circles overlapping right here. We have a lot of guys just in our way. Unfortunately for us, we're not able to touch these circles as much as I would like. And I'm probably about to lose a life here. But we have almost full 4 bars in that short amount of time. So that is good. We got another shield tower over there. We need to look at taking that out. Alright, here's our last set of lords. Go ahead and pick this up. And just delete these guys. There we go. And if we were to go into Overlord 2, of course we would have full health, and we still have all of our health bars, or all of our revives left. And so at Overlord 1, 13 minutes 38 seconds, not the fastest time, but still pretty damn quick, I would have to say so myself. Arcane Assault doing 1.2 billion points of damage, so Arcane Assault was absolutely just demolishing everything. It should, I believe that's the one that we have at 28 points into it, no? Oh no, that's Arcane Slash. Oh, that's funny. Arcane Slash had 28 points into it, and still only came out at 66.2 million. Arcane Assault is this one, yeah? The one that only has 17 points in it. We had a 211% damage modifier. This at 280%. Was still absolutely getting demolished. It's okay, though, because Arcane Assault is pretty broken. Arcane Overlord doing 224. Ethereal Shadows, I believe, is the effect from our... Yeah, that's our artifact power. Coming in third at 108.7 million. Arcane Beam is doing the... what is it? Is that Brittle, right? That's giving us Brittle. Arcane Blade is giving us our finesse stacks. The Magic Missile is also giving us fragility. So that's where a lot of that utility comes from. And Arcane Comets, I want to believe, is the damage that comes off of Arcane Overlord. I could be wrong. I don't... If that's the case, I don't know entirely where Arcane Comets damage come from. I'll have to look into that. But that was the run. It's a fairly strong build. Let's go ahead and go back to the menu, and I'll showcase the runes that I got yet again. So for runes versatility, of course, we're rocking Material Harvest, Weapon Expert, and Reroll Mastery. For our Tenacity runes, Dash Mastery, Multicast Mastery, Divine Legacy, so we have all those nice legendary level ups, as well as Extended Reach, so we have the Extended Reach there. If you want to tweak the build, you sure can. I just didn't see, or I didn't feel like there was a lot of runes that was synergized specifically with this arcane build. A case could be potentially made if you manage to fit some Shattered in there somewhere, but I don't think there's any arcane skills that use Shattered. I could be wrong. Yeah, I could most definitely be wrong. I do like Shattered as a skill, though. It's a pretty nice one. But yeah, anyways, if you like that build, you want to see more builds like this here on the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, let me know what you think of the build, or suggest a build of your own and a character you'd like to see again in the future. That being said, you guys take care, and I'll catch you all in my next video. Later.